Okay, so the next question is, how do you trust the Amazon bestseller title? Okay, now how do you trust the Amazon bestseller title? Now, it can mean a few different things for different people. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Obviously, achieving the Amazon bestseller title is obviously it has credentials, so it's good in one way. Now, how it's becoming to be doubted in another way, when you look at this from, what the market is saying, what people are saying, is it doesn't have as much trust when it's been abused or manipulated. Now, don't get me wrong, on one hand, it's a very, very good thing and it's a great achievement. I'm all for that. But on the other hand, when it's used in the wrong way to manipulate people, to deceive people, so somebody does something which is usually buying something from them, which is typical in the coaches and guru niche. Now, that's when it becomes a problem. Because as you can imagine, a strategy which works right now is, let's look at this from 2 points of view, okay? Or two different ways. There's one way which is authentic and organic. Somebody who's got the Amazon bestseller badge or credential or award or status has got it organically. What I mean by organically is they've written a book, they've spent all the time, they've put all the effort in, all the research, all the time and everything else. They've released the book to the market, and over a period of time, the book has got momentum. More people have read it, more people have bought it, more people have shared it. So it's now popular. As it becomes popular, more and more and more people buy it and download it, which means it naturally goes up from the bottom of the list when it's launched to further up the list. And if it's had more downloads, etc., then the book at number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, then naturally it will go to position number 1. Now, that's organically, and I'm all for that. But what is happening right now in the market is some people, not calling anybody out, what they're doing is releasing a book, okay? Now, they're creating lots and lots of hype around the book. And what they're doing is getting their friends or strategic partners have lists and access to people, normally other people selling other courses, and they're getting them to promote their link to their book to buy on Amazon, for argument's sake, all on a short or within a short period of time. So what happens is when you condense the buy-in cycle or the buy-in process from, say, organically, like I compared to before, over say 6 months or a year, when they're doing it over 12 to 36 hours, they're tricking the system in a way that the algorithm processes X amount of transactions in 1 or 2 or 3 days, that very short period, which is probably a lot less books than they would sell the organic people over a period of 6 to 12 months. But because they're tricking the system, manipulating the system, what it does is it registers on Amazon and says, wow, this book is hot, this book is popular, this has sold this many more than the other one who's just sitting there and growing organically, or maybe already be at number 1, but they haven't had 1,000 purchases in 24 hours. They may have had 1,000 purchases over, for example, the last 3 months. So when they send it to their list and they say there's a deadline, or they're giving the book away to their friends, or they're paying their friends X amount to sell the book, or giving them all of the money from the book sale, they're just interested in tricking the algorithm to get the number 1 Amazon bestseller status, which they use again and again and again to leverage to get other people like yourselves to buy more stuff from them. Does that make sense? Okay, the next question. What's the next question we have here? Okay, the next question is, okay, how do you choose a coach? How do you choose a coach or a mentor? Okay, now again, that's an interesting question. How do you choose the right coach or mentor? Now, what I would say from experience, and I've been around business and property since 1999, so it's getting on for 2 decades, okay? Now, what I've learned over that time is there are lots and 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 lots of coaches and mentors appearing with these big claims, the gurus, okay? And there is also a handful, a very small minority of other coaches which are authentic, genuine, and are, or maybe have been, on the front line doing battle in the niche that they're now coaching and selling training on. Now, what that means is for you to choose the right one, again, it's not for me to decide what it is you're looking for. You will only know the answer for that. However, when you go, let me give you an example. When you go to when somebody says they're a sports person or a basketball player, okay? They'll say, I'm a basketball player, I'm the best basketball player on the planet, or, in this country or in the league. Then you say, okay, sure, show me. And then they bounce the ball, they put the ball in the net, and you can see straight away their skills. 3-point shot from standing still. Let's say they are what could they be? Let's say they're a football player, okay? Now, they could make all these claims, I'm the best coach, I'm the best footballer in the world, etc., etc. Then you would say, okay, sure, show me. So they got the ball, they do the keepy ups, they might do 20, 30, 40, 50, and all the bits where they loop it around their legs, and then they will score a fantastic goal from miles away and get it in the top left corner, for example, from a corner like how David Beckham used to curl the ball in. And then they've shown you, and you say, yeah, you are the number one footballer or football coach, for argument's sake. So when it comes to business or property or any mentoring in any particular niche, let's drill it down to a particular niche. And somebody's making these guru claims. My first question would be, okay, you're the number one property investment coach. Show me the deals you've done and show me the deals you're doing right now. And then show me the last 5 deals that you did. That will be my first question. Not that I don't trust them, but the truth can be stretched somewhat. And I don't want to be paying somebody money who's a fantastic marketer at creating Facebook ads and Instagram ads and LinkedIn posts and networking with other people and sharing their lists, and everyone's promoting for each other. And they're perceived to be the number one of what they're talking about, but you don't actually know that they are, and you can't quantify that, and you can't measure that until you actually see the proof. The footballer kicked the ball in the net, curved it around like how David Beckham used to. The basketballer scored a 3-point shot from very far away on the first attempt in the net. So the business coach that says they're the number one coach or a coach in a certain field, show me the deals you're doing right now. Show me the deals you've done. Just show me the last 5 deals that you've done. So you know they're on the front line. They're still doing battle. They're still having success, and they're not just living off, like an old reputation from a deal that they did 5 years ago with somebody else that they might have joint ventured with and not actually done a lot of the work, but leveraged the name to claim that they did this deal, Or maybe they did do an amazing deal 5 years ago or 3 years ago or 1 year ago. But the market moves so quick. The market changes like that. So why would you want to be paying someone who claims to be the number one at whatever field it is, who's living off of an old reputation that maybe they actually did some deals back then, 5, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1 year ago, but they're not actually in the trenches doing the deals anymore. They're just fantastic at marketing. So these coaches make more money from coaching or selling coaching on what business they claim to have done. But when you actually look another way, when you actually go into, say, Companies House and say, okay, there's your coaching business, there's my property business or my other business, whatever niche it is you're getting coached in, and you can look at the numbers. Now, what would be alarming for me would be if their coaching business of speaking, like a school, like, a teacher in a school, is generating more money than their property business or their core business they're selling you training and coaching and mentoring on. So I would look at both of those, and if they don't give you the numbers themselves, you can go on Companies House, a quick search, you can do a deep dive search for a few extra pounds and find out all of those stats. So that's what I would say is my opinion on who you should choose as your next coach. You need to make sure they've got some skin in the game right now. They're on the battlefield right now. They're on the front line right now because the market changes like that. And if they're doing more selling of coaching like the theory based than actually doing the deals on the front line, then I know what my response to that would be. And it's up to you to decide what you would do with that information. So when you actually ask the right questions, I think all of you guys here listening right now would know the answer, would know what you would choose. As long as you go into these deals with your eyes wide open, okay?